Holy God.
This ain't the flag.
Oh. That's my boy. My boy. That's my boy. My boy. Holy God.
Free to bro.
Sweet to bro, this look.
How long will you do?
How old are you?
Trouble for
If you don't mind me asking, brother, how old are you?
How old are you?
How old are you? I'm 20.
Hey, buddy, it's rude to ask people their age. Actually, same age as you.
Fuck, well, you're being louder than me right now, pal.
Nah, he's not. He looks sober.
Nah, look at that.
He may be at a taste. He may be.
Coming friend. The battle begins! So much meat, so little time. Right to it.
When your house is firebombed in an apparent political hit job designed to intimidate you to quit your YouTube channel, I've got to admit, there are a few downsides, apart from being homeless and in constant fear of your life. One of them is that it leads me to making a lot of jokes about being firebombed, which, if I was watching this channel, I'd be so over me.
Okay, we get it, you were firebombed! Shut up and do funny voices again!
Another downside is I have to deal with heaps more bloody foreigners. Yeah, you heard me. Go back to where you came from. Before the fire, my audience had to be one of the most concentrated Australian audiences on YouTube. I mean, look at that ratio. Isn't that beautiful? From your tear to my eye. But after the fire, got an influx of new subs from overseas, as if I didn't have enough on my mind. Now I have to pick new curtains, and I have to think of ways to keep you Yanks happy. But I'm gonna have to try, so sorry Australians. Welcome to the new and improved American-friendly Geordies.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know
Seppos, you're in for a treat. If there's one thing Americans can't get enough of, it's videos detailing niche regional Australian politics. Now hear me out, Australian politics might not shape the globe in the same way your politics does, but we do have our upsides. We have very, very funny politicians. That's right, even funnier than President Ford. Sydney is our largest city. It even has an international reputation for dodginess. Look at this. No city in the world can rival Sydney's tolerance for organised crime. That is a quote from an American professor. See? We are on the world stage. To be honest, I'm glad we're known for organised crime. Not unorganised crime, like every US city thanks to the Democrats. Because with organised crime comes hilarious people. New South Wales is the largest state in the country. It's where Sydney's located. I'm in that state, by the by. It has a particularly rich crop of ethically stunted freaks running it for a very long time. And since we have a state election coming up, trying to think of a way of incorporating the new audience. A state election is like that thing you voted for to get Arnold Schwarzenegger in office, except in Kangaroo Place. Oh, so the Oscars. But he wasn't in Kangaroo Jack. You are my best friend, Billy. I'm not Billy, mate. Whatever your name is. Look, I've got to do a realestate.com ad. So I thought today we'd go through some of the highlights of the past 10 years of political wins in New South Wales. And by wins, I mean reasons I can't believe we still have the same fucking government. In 2011, there was a state election. The Labor Party, the party centred around labour unions, so the Good Party, had been the ruling party of New South Wales for 16 years. Despite being generally a very good governing party, it was booted out under a cloud of corruption scandals. Pretty much because one member of the Legislative Council, the equivalent of state senator, a man called Eddie O'Bede, was basically running his family's crime organisation from Parliament with hilarious schemes. things, such as, "Hey, Stitch, why don't you award these epic leases to these particular cafes?" You or your family don't happen to have any financial interests in these particular cafes, do you, Eddie?
No? Shut the f*** up! I've been looked inside that with a microscope up my ass, and everything is clean as far as I'm concerned!
That last part is verbatim, by the way. And, "Hey, Stitch, why don't you award these hectic mining licenses here?" Hey, that's funny. You own that land, don't you, Eddie? You're looking heaps pretty today, miss. Do you need some cheap makeup? My cousin's Napoleon. And perhaps my favourite.
No, you. I'm not letting in any f***ing Muslims into the Labour Party.
Based Lebanese Christian boys only? New South Wales produces many characters like Eddie. The man had multiple mansions, plots of land, drove luxury cars, and most baller of all, was a cabbie before entering politics. This was actually his excuse for explaining away how he accumulated his wealth.
Bro, I did heaps of shifts in that cab. I got like mad tips because I'm a winning personality.
So yeah, in 2011, the New South Wales Labor Party was defeated in a landslide to be replaced by the Liberal National Party, the party whose power base is corporate Australia. And it wasn't long until New South Wales found that they had replaced a cancer cell in the Labor Party with full-blown leukemia. And for a while, it was nowhere near as hilarious. Within just, 2 or 3 years, though, an investigation by the New South Wales Anti-Corruption Commission, ICAC, revealed the Liberal Party had been accepting hundreds of thousands of dollars in secret illegal donations from property developers, most of which was in the lead up to the 2011 election. In that election, they were campaigning on integrity. That led to the resignation of over 10 Liberal MPs, and it gets better. In 2014, the first Liberal Premier we had in 16 years, Barry O'Farrell, he was all but forced to resign after he denied, under oath, to the New South Wales Independent Commission Against Corruption that he had received a $3,000 bottle of wine as a gift from a man who was a business partner of Eddie Obeid's son, under investigation by ICAC. Then ICAC found the thank you note signed by Barry O'Farrell. The next Premier, Mike Baird, quit after just 3 years as he was dogged by the nickname Casino Mike. This was due to the lockout laws introduced in 2014 after Sydney did what Aussies do best, maybe a bit too well: alcohol-fueled violence. These lockout laws made it illegal to keep your licensed venue in the CBD open past 3 a.m. and locked out new patrons from entering after 1:30 a.m. The only places excluded from these laws were the casinos, the most violent venues in Sydney. Look, it wasn't all bad, as Mike Baird's resignation ushered in a new comedy renaissance. For me specifically, it was a dark age for koalas. Gladys Berejiklian became Premier and John Barilaro became Deputy Premier. This is probably a good time to mention that along with the corruption and shit, the Liberals also weren't great at governing in general. One of their crowning achievements at this time was privatising our electricity grid, which is so incredibly short-sighted and is going to deprive future state governments of serious revenue. But more importantly, when they sold it off, they got conned. Like some Logan Paul fan buying into Crypto Zoo. They were so keen to make the deal, they didn't care what they could lose. They revealed their asking price too early. There was no evidence they set a reserve price, and because of this, the New South Wales Auditor General found that they had lost up to $610 million. And they're still here today, like Lionel Hutz, boasting about their credentials. IFM investors, I was just going through your asset portfolio and I couldn't help but overhear that you need an electricity grid. Of course, being a key revenue producer for New South Wales, the price will be eye-wateringly significant.
We pay $8 for the night. You can take 2 popsicles out of the freezer.
3.
2.
Okay, 2. And I get to keep this old birdcage.
Done.
Still got it.
Anyway, that was just a little detour to point out that along with being crooked, the New South Wales government is also just incompetent. Because honestly, I could forgive a little bit of corruption here and there if they were doing the right things, like outright banning privatisation like New South Wales Labor is proposing. But dodgy and shit at governance, that combo's a bit too far. No one more so personified this mix than John Barilaro. Perhaps John Barilaro's most distinguished achievement, judged by me, is repealing the Native Vegetation Act, leading to a 1,300% increase in land clearing in a state already facing one of the worst extinction crises in the world. That or threatening to blow up his own government over the rights to kill koalas. And kinda getting his way on it. Giving $1 million to a flying car company, that was a classic. But just like other coalition legends before him, not only was he great at governing, he was really great at doing shit for himself. We expose how before politics, his family made hundreds of thousands of dollars when the Queen Beard Italian Club went out of business. Not only that, got the Terror Police to get a warrant to arrest me and actually arrested and charged my producer. All charges were dropped, by the way. Sued me for defamation during the greatest crisis in New South Wales history because I guess him being upset over being called Mario was more important than making sure remote towns weren't going without supplies. What a bunch of dickheads, eh? And then who could forget him quitting, blaming me, going to work for a property development company connected to one of the most violent crime families in Australian history. And if that wasn't enough, gifting himself a job he created for himself with a 6-figure taxpayer-funded salary as Trade Commissioner in New York. See, I told you I'd find a way to marry my two audiences together. Hey, USA, just so you feel right at home like that toilet going in the opposite direction, here's some classic American humor. I was f***ing this chick in the ass. She said, "The way you move your dick is racist." I was like, this bitch is not gonna like the color of my cunt. Now, where were we? Oh yes, we had other legends go down, such as Liberal MP John Sidoti, who ICAC found corrupt after he attempted to use his office to influence Canada Bay Council into making planning decisions that would benefit his family's property interests, i.e. Oi, Stooge, I think it would be heaps mad if you changed the floor space ratio on this particular property here. Your family doesn't have interests in these properties, do they, John? Oh, bringing my family into this. I can take the slings and arrows. I asked for this life, but to bring in my loved ones whose only crime is loving floor space ratio, that is dog. You have Liberal MP, now independent Gareth Ward, who was awaiting trial on sexual assault charges. Nationals MP Michael Johnson, who had quit after it was uncovered that he was sexting during Parliament and it was alleged under parliamentary privilege that he raped a sex worker. This government has been falling over itself from day one, run by some of the most self-interested and incapable cretins in the country. Really, I'm barely scratching the surface too. This is just the high-profile shit, which leads me to perhaps the most shocking corruption scandal if you're an idiot in the press and you base your work on who's personally nice to you, which is the Premier after Mike Baird, Gladys Berejiklian, the one who made it her thing to be Miss Goody Two-Shoes. She was undone after the Corruption Commission played phone taps that revealed her secret relationship with disgraced and corrupt Liberal MP Daryl Maguire. I think of him like Willy Loman from Death of a Salesman if his business was dreaming up shitty ploys to get Chinese money. 3, 4, 3. The hat trick. 3 premiers. What the f*** is New South Wales? Brazil? I mean, our land clearing rates are pretty similar. May as well be if you've ever been to Bondi. There's so many f***ing Brazilians there. I'm glad my house burnt down. Now I can go live with my Yugoslav brethren in Fairfield, located in Sydney's western suburbs. The Balkans of the Southern Hemisphere. Sorry, I really need to emphasise this point. New South Wales has had 3 of these premiers go down under clouds of corruption. A deputy premier publicly proclaimed he's quitting over a YouTube beef, and then months later, awarding himself a dodgy taxpayer-funded 6-figure salary in New York. With a record like this, do you really think it's smart to give another coalition government a chance? People say Victoria voting for Dan is like, Stockholm Syndrome. Maybe. But voting for the Liberals in New South Wales after a decade of that is like insisting on only dating furries, getting shocked and disgusted when they force you to poo in a nappy to please them, but still never dating anyone normal like a Warhammer fan. Alright, maybe that wasn't the best analogy, but you get the point. Actually, f*** you, that was an amazing analogy, actually. Look, I'll be honest, the current Premier Dom Perrottet is probably the best of the lot. As an avid Kanye West fan, there's something that really speaks to me about that man. Must be the Christianity. But yeah, as a side note, the revelations about Dom Perrottet dressing up as a Nazi reek of a political hit job from factional rivals over Dom taking on the gambling lobby. That being said,
Would you trust a party so divided?
Anyway, to the new American subs, that's what a normal 10-minute video on this channel looks like, but to just ease you in, f*** you, rub one out on the subscribe button, yeah. Yeah, so we've got some big videos coming up, actually, that might be interesting for Americans. We're working on a very large one detailing CIA interference in Australian politics.
We got a Patreon. Sign up for early access to Friday's videos.
Ease you in. F*** you, rub one out on the subscribe button, yeah. Yeah, so we've got some big videos coming up, actually, that might be interesting for Americans. We've got a very large one detailing CIA interference in Australian politics.
We got a Patreon. Sign up for early access to Friday's videos.
I need you guys to help me with this.
Alright.
You guys want to help me get into this base? Alright, come here.
Oh, yeah.
Climb me like a tree.
Yeah, we got the pog loot. Got all the pog loot.
Gift bow. Thank you, man.
Oh man, you are so lucky. He gave you a bow and arrow. Wow. Oh yes, he go down.
He always betrays them. He always.
Come here, you gorgeous girl.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch.
Fuck you too, bitch!
Not today. Hey. Leave him alone. Hey. Leave that man alone.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh man, I suck dick.
Come on. Yes. Okay, come on. Oh, yes.
Man, forget about using a bow. The sword is doing me so good. Wait, what the? Just dome someone.
I kill your mother.
Carlos. Nice little bitch.
Orb's husband, is that you?
I can join to your team, please. I'm a long player. Now
Me too, man.
Please, you can raise me, please.
Yeah, team.
Together and kill all.
I have a base here. Do you want to come back and heal? I'll give you food.
Okay.
Oh man, that was a close one, right? Hey, you want to be my team?
Man, why you leaving my team, please, bro?
Oh man, sorry.
No, you leave me in team.
I thought you left my team.
No, I'm not, bro.
Damn, do you want me to invite you back?
Killed me. Oh, I can't leave. Okay.
Sorry man, we'll go back to my house. I'll give you all your stuff back, alright?
I can't my shotgun back.
Nah, sorry man, I was just eating nachos and my
Okay.
fingers were all greasy. And yeah, my finger just like slipped right on the mouse and killed you. Hang on, let me eat another nacho. Hey, is someone out there?
I am freshman.
Who?
Oh, if someone here. Ah, help me, man!
So I've started inventing again, make myself a few quid. This is actually one of my inventions. It's actually a baby papoose for adults. Only downside is you need a giant who's prepared to carry you around for the afternoon. This one's mine. It's Glenn. Do you want toffee, Glenn? Yeah, he loves toffees. Here he does. But my best idea... Well, bring it on. Bring it on. Well, let's wander over. You know when you put a bit of weight on when the UK's strongest man is struggling to...
Joe, did you celebrate Halloween?
I'll be honest with you, Adam. Looming out the dark and scaring people was a bit of a busman's holiday for me.
Joe, do you believe in poltergeists and ghosts?
Yeah, do, yeah. I really do. So much so that I actually sometimes practice being a ghost myself. Just in case it's what we do next, and I don't want to be shit at it.
How's your practice involved?
Just basically at night, I stand at the end of my flatmate's bed while he sleeps. And if he wakes up and starts shouting, oh, you know, I'm going to move out, I'm going to move out, in a really ghostly voice, I just say, you can't just move out. You have to give a month's notice. Otherwise, you lose your deposit. And I knock his lamp over.
Joe, what would you spend your money on?
How much I got?
£1,000.
£1,000. Probably a sit-on lawnmower.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't got a garden, but I shouldn't probably say this on telly, but I'm actually the fella that does crop circles. And I'm basically fed up with doing it with a fly mode. Can we cut that? Can we edit that?
Day 2 in Krakow starts with some comm to the unism.
We're not getting in that, are we? No, keep going, keep going.
No, that's
good.
not
ours.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Ashka, nice to meet you.
Ashka, Richard.
Hello. All right, so we can pop in.
Hi. Hi. Oh, it's...
Oh, that's an elegant entrance.
Oh. Did the seats go forward at all?
No,
Joe,
no.
I've barely got any leg room in here whatsoever.
OK.
Ashka gives us a fume-filled 2.5-hour taste of life in a classless society.
I was feeling nervous and then I saw this tiny handle.
Oh, that is good.
We chunder to the district of Nova Huta, Stalin's showcase suburb of socialist realism, and one of only 2 pre-planned pinko neighbourhoods in the world.
This year actually is the 17th anniversary of the district.
70th anniversary.
Yeah.
How many years?
70.
I can't really hear at the back. There's a huge amount of rattling.
What are they doing to celebrate?
They renovated some roads.
Okay.
That's how I celebrated my 18th.
Intended to be a workers' paradise, Nova Huta is centred on the steelworks, from which it takes its name.
This is the main entrance to the factory.
You can hire it out for weddings.
After 20 scarcely suspended mims, we arrive at the Avenue of Roses.
From now on, we comrades.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah?
This
okay.
is a workplace, Joe.
Yeah.
No touching?
Get your
No, no
thinking hands
touching,
off.
no
Sorry.
touching.
Yeah.
You need to be very strict, serious.
Thank you.
Oh, I might-
This is
might
the
have
most
enough.
representative part for all the marches, propaganda speeches.
Yes.
It's no place for like...
Eroticism.
Exactly.
No pissing about.
Back in the days, we used to have the highest statue of Lenin.
Ah.
Lovely.
Short and skinny guy in reality.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
on this statue, 6-pack underneath his vest.
What do you think's under here?
Yeah, well. But anyway, as you can see, we get rid of him.
So essentially we've come to look at something that is no longer here.
Exactly. I think we're gonna jump in.
Yes.
Okay, back in the death
Back
machine.
in the car.
I don't want to get in.
It's not that bad.
That could be the show's tagline. It's not that bad.
As our remaining audience begs to differ, we buckle up for some more #Trabants.
Does it have indicators?
Don't say bourgeois.
I like to know if we're going left or right.
As we're in the communist district, we're going left.
We're going left, Joe.
We're in a tin box. Please don't hurt us. Thank you.
That was close.
It's absolutely fine. This is very durable fiberglass.
It's very flexible.
That's what you want in a crash.
Closer than ever, we reach our final stop. An actual apartment full of Soviet shears.
First vodka and pickles.
Thank you.
Because gonna be a bit of a brainwashing process going on, so alcohol helps with it.
We're watching Love Island. Contemporary.
Please.
We simply can't wait to watch the 1951 propaganda classic Destination Nova Huta. And what's more, we don't have to.
I have massive hands, so this glass looks tiny. We've been there.
We're actually getting quite into the vodka.
Me too.
Now I'm retiring. I know how I'm going to spend my days.
Just drinking this in Peckham.
Watching Eastern Bloc visuals.
It's a lot of clapping, isn't there?
In your head.
My cup's aching. It's the longest 10 minutes of my life.
Please have pity for the people watching. Oh, it's over.
Finished.
What was it?
Oh, it's really good.
Are you convinced?
Yes,
You're gonna sign the
please.
papers with your bourgeoisie hell life behind you?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
Yes?
I absolutely can't bear the bourgeoisie.
Yeah. How is Vatican way?
So strong.
We are struggling to form sentences.
What's going on, Joe?
Well, you know, I was fired at the end of the last series.
Joe, what have you been up to?
Oh, well, since you fired me, you prick, I have...
What have you been up to, Joe?
Well, you know, I was fired at the end of the last series, which is bullshit.
What have you been up to?
Since I got fired from the last show, you prick.
All right, Joe. How have you been, Joe?
Oh, hello, Jimmy. Yeah, all right. How have I been? Shit, mate. You know, they fired me last series, didn't you, you prick? And,
Joe, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. What are you on about?
Well, just asking, what have you been up to?
Well, it's been a busy week. You know, because you fired me because you're a turd. To make a few extra, bit of cash, they've been doing a few medical experiments on me. And, I'll be honest with you, I got quite lucky because I haven't really had any side effects.
What's going on, Joe?
Tell you what's going on, Jimmy, is you fired me. So, make a bit of cash, done a bit of a deal, got a sponsor for the show. Show is now sponsored by a banister company. It's actually my half-brother Fabio's company. It's called Fabio's Banisters. You've got a fucking erection in it, you idiot! I said don't have an erection!
I said don't have an erection.
Bad news for WikiLeaks martyr Julian Assange this week, as an Ecuadorian judge said he had to start obeying a new set of rules if he's allowed to stay in their embassy. They include paying for his own food and laundry bills, cleaning up after himself and his cat, and they're also apparently sick of him skateboarding and playing football in the residence.
Who's he playing football with? The cat?
Very possibly.
Was skateboarding one of them?
Yes. Have I got the wrong bloke? Is it Dennis the Menace? Who's Julian Assange? What would you do if you were on your own in the Ecuadorian embassy, Joe?
What wouldn't I do? I'd probably just play the penguin game.
What's the penguin game? What's that?
You know, the penguin game. Oh. It's a wind-up.
No. I don't know. What's the penguin game?
Penguin game, it's really simple. You just see how long you can go without thinking about a penguin.
I've just lost.
Yeah. You're thinking about a penguin, aren't you? Yeah. You're out. My poem's about something very important to me. It's about how come it's OK to name you Willie, but it's not OK to name the fella's Willie next to you at the urinals. So my poem's called Hanging About in a Train Station Toilet Naming People's Penises. Hello, commuter, on your way to work. I'm going to call yours Captain Birdseye. Because it looks like it's wearing a polo neck and winking at me. You're welcome. I just named your penis. train driver who just nipped in for a piss. I'm going to call yours Mrs. Fernsby. My old geography teacher. Because you're small and wrinkly and have a birthmark down the side of your shaft. You're welcome. I just named your penis. Hello, please. Hello, please. Stop. Hello. Hello, police officer. Hello, police officer who's just been sent to the toilets because they've had reports of someone naming people. You can't arrest me for naming strangers' dogs. Oh, you can? I didn't know that. Oh, great, now I'm electronically tagged again.
If you could go back to any period in time, Joe, where would you go?
I had a pretty good Wednesday. Because the corner shop started selling out-of-date turkey mince for £1. I love a bargain, Jimmy. I love a bargain. Even though it did give me the runs. But,
I suppose what you saved on the turkey mince, you spent on toilet paper.
Yeah.
Joe doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that buys toilet paper.
I've got a fun fact for you. The average person spends £180 a year on toilet roll. So, if you think about it, if you hadn't wiped your arse in 2017, you could now buy some new patio furniture.
Joe, what did you get?
9, 5, 6.
OK, so how did you do it?
5 times 2.
5 times 2, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's bloody wrong already. Oh, no, 10. That's 10. 10.
Oh, Jesus.
I jumped...
we need this.
I jumped ahead a bit.
John's not here and I'm fucking losing again.
And then I did... this is bad even for me. Then I did times 50, which I then just jumped to that being 1,000, which is not. Then I added a 50 and a 6.
556.
That's absolute dog shit.
What's your idea of a romantic date?
Chicken Kiev chips and peas. I always think you can tell when a date isn't going well when the other person deliberately licks an electric fence. Shouldn't have taken her to the abattoir.
Which one should you have taken her to?
Well, it's a second date thing, isn't it? You know. My poem's called Thanks, Mate, Now I've Shat Myself.
Well, I think we've got a winner there, haven't we? I mean...
If I'm running towards the lav shouting, it's coming out, it's coming out, don't stop me and ask me where I got my nest of tables. Thanks, mate, now I've shat myself. And don't dare me to eat 50 Cadbury's cream eggs, then let me have a go on your trampoline. What do you think was going to happen? Thanks, mate, now I've shat myself. And don't tickle me when I'm chatting to the bus driver about how much I shit myself. Thanks, mate. Oh, hang on. I don't think I followed through that time. Oh, no, I have. Thanks, mate. I shat myself.
your favourite letter?
Can't ask me that, mate. There's 17 of them.
Joe, if the world was going to end tomorrow, what would you do with your last day?
Well, I've got half a tin of oxtail soup in the fridge. That needs finishing. Don't know. I wouldn't go too mad because I've been caught like that before.
How do you mean?
Well, thought the world was ending.
Well, because this fella outside the office said to me, "Oh, the world's ending." So I decided to run round Trafalgar Square with a load of hay up my arse. and then when it didn't end, I just looked like a pillock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stan, if you're watching, you're a lying prick, mate.
Joe, what did you want to be when you grew up?
What I really wanted to be was a cameraman on this show, because it's the best job in the world, isn't it? Because they do fuck all. Because nothing happens on the show, does it? You know what I mean? Half of them are asleep if you look. But then a few months ago, I noticed there was a job going as one of the cameras, so I applied.
All right.
Yeah, and I got down to the last few, but I was pipped to the post by that jammy cow. What annoys me is she is dog shit. Right, just show what her camera's pointing at. What are the cables? Absolute shit. It's not who you know, it's who you blow, isn't it, Eden?
Go fuck yourself, Joe.
That's unprofessional. Get around. If I eat an onion, can we get 32 points?
Yes!
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Oh, my God, I'm so excited. We're going to win, and we're going to get the unicorn.
I'll give you 30.
I told you it was our time.
Joe, your time starts now.
Quick, hold your nose, hold your nose. Stop it, quicker. Hold your nose, it'll be like an apple.
Stop that thing.
Joe, quick.
We've got so little time.
Just get it all in. Get it
Shove it
in.
all in, then spit it out. Shove it all in, then spit it out. Shove it all in. Look.
Get in, Joe.
Oh. 2 points.
I'm afraid you didn't finish, so no points, but great fun.
You're sweating so much.
You better give me a point. I swear to God, I'm gonna burn this place down otherwise. I
think the mistake was the onion you had before we came out.
Oh God, that was painful, and I go through bins.
Joe, can you show me what does your face look like when you're stressed?
I taught him everything he knows about acting.
I think you'd be good in the biopic of the Beatles. Which one?
I could do all three.
Yeah.
Like Eddie Murphy in...
Like
yeah.
Professor To Become.
Yeah.
It's no white chick.
What have you been up to recently, Joe?
Hanging about. Getting trampoline. I've been up to stuff. I had a bit of a shitty night the other night, though, because I think we all agreed there's nothing worse than turning up to a booty call to find out they've texted the wrong person. But I did think it was a bit weird, because I hardly ever speak to Artie Pam. I said, Pam, I'm here now. Fussy woman.
OK, your target was 195. Did you get it, Sean? Kevin?
Yeah, I've got it.
You got it. Victoria?
Yes.
Okay, Joe.
Is this one of those ones that's really obvious?
It's quite easy.
Oh, shit! Is it really an easy one?
How about if I just go like this?
Oh, fuck.
What do you think, Joe? Because this could still be wrong.
All right, 50 times the 5.
Yeah.
I'm going to need them other numbers.
I've got 250.
Can I have a look at yours?
Yeah. Yes.
Minus the 5. 25
Yeah.
times 8 minus the
25
5.
times 8, 200 minus the 5. Well done.
Oh, cheers.
Joe, have you got any hidden talents?
Yeah, I've got loads of talents, yeah. Oh, yeah. When I have a bath, I lie on my front and so I'm kind of like that in the bath. I call it the mermaid. I don't know why. And the way I get out of the bath is I rock back and forth until I get enough momentum to slide over the top onto the floor. Kind of like an eel. And also the other thing I can do is if I kick a wall for long enough, all my toenails fall off.
What have you got?
I've got 6.
Joe, your 6 is
larked.
Larked.
That's what I had.
That's really good.
Good 6, but it's not 7.
Johnny.
Larked.
Larked as well. Okay, Rod, you're 7 from the magic post box.
Was flakier.
I've been on this show about 10 times, and flakier comes up so much.
Well, why don't you piss and say it?
Oh.
Joe, it was your birthday recently. Do you have a nice birthday?
No. I am getting old, aren't I? And don't know if you know this, but when you get older, your testicles start hanging low. I didn't think mine had started to hang that low. Well, I didn't until I walked down my hallway in just my dressing gown and one of my plums knocked over a Wellington boot.
So?
No, it wasn't a good birthday, no.
Some of those hunter wellies are quite...
Yeah, that's the only thing that kept me going.
Yeah.
That means this is a crucial countdown conundrum. If you get this, you can draw. Ooh. All right, fingers on buzzers. Your time starts now.
Oh, no, that's not right.
Why did you make me press it then?
Sorry. No, that's
Okay, let's
right.
restart the clock. False alarm. Sean. Sean?
Oh.
Please don't get it.
Well, I was going to say this word, which I think you'll find.
I'm going to restart the clock. Now, you're going to have to press the button pretty much immediately. OK, restarting the clock now.
Oh!
Joe, I will allow it. What is the word?
No.